Good morning and happy Monday to you. This is Stocks to Watch on Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Apologies for the delay. We had a bit of a technical snag in the morning. My guest today is Avinash Gorakshakar of Profit Mart. The first, of the three stocks in focus today, Avinash, is ICICI Lombard General Insurance. The company has gotten into an agreement to acquire the non-life operations of Bharti AXA General Insurance. First of all, how would you rate this deal? How do you see it playing out for ICICI Lombard? And would you buy at the current level? And also, good morning to you.
Yeah, morning, Alex, and apologies for the technical delay. As far as ICICI Lombard is concerned, I think it definitely appears to be a very positive kind of development. Our sense is that in the first year, this deal will definitely be slightly earnings dilutive, but from a longer term perspective, definitely it adds a lot of value to ICICI Lombard. The stock should positively open today because the street was definitely
Okay. Well, we've lost Avinash's audio temporarily. Hopefully, we can get him back. But he was talking. Yeah.
uh, you
Avinash,
know
we lost your audio temporarily. You were saying that it's going to take a little time for it to be earnings accretive. Okay, we seem to be having a bit of an issue with Avinash's line. But Avinash, you were talking about the fact that it's going to take a little time for the merger to be earnings accretive, right?
Yeah, I think it may not be earnings accretive from the first year, Alex. I mean,
Okay, seemingly we're having a lot of trouble with this line as of now, but just to take you through the key highlights of that deal, there is going to be a swap agreement between ICICI Lombard and
which
Bharti
the earnings
AXA.
accretion happening only.
Uh, okay, we're going to try and sort this issue out. But in the meanwhile, Bharti AXA shareholders are going to get two ICICI Lombard shares for every 115 held in Bharti AXA. And the total annual premium of the combined entity expected to be at least 16,500 crore or thereabouts. And the market share of the combined entity is going to come in at around 8.7%. Let me check in with Avinash to see if he's back online. And if he is, Avinash, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Alex.
Okay, so let's keep it short and simple then. Is this going to be a positive for ICICI Lombard, and would you buy at the current level?
Yeah, I think it is a positive development, Alex, and I think earnings accretion could start from the second year onwards. So I think, despite the fact that first year it may not be earnings accretive, but longer term, I think one could definitely look at this business since we believe that longer term, ICICI Lombard has a great future, and the risk reward could turn better over the longer term.
All right, Avinash, the second stock we're talking about, India Bulls Housing Finance, and it seems the India Bulls group as a whole is going through a bit of a transition as of now. The earnings were announced over the weekend, which were quite bad from what I can see. The net profit down 66%, net interest income down over 50%. There's a widening in the bad loans, which now stand at 2.2%, talking about GNPA. But I thought the commentary was interesting. The company says it plans to grow its balance sheet by 7 to 8%, and its AUM by 12%. And it says that its phase of reduction of its loan book and AUM is over. There's also the fact that Deputy Governor of the RBI, former Mundra, has taken over at the helm. How should one look at this? Would you buy at the current level?
I think Alex, definitely positive, news flows coming from the company in terms of the management change, some restructuring announced. Our sense is, these numbers definitely look quite encouraging from the management commentary. But I think the markets and we believe that it would take at least 1 to 2 quarters before all this could get reflected into numbers. So I think I would definitely prefer to hold on. Fresh buying could possibly be done only when some these numbers get reflected into financials, and I would not be surprised the market would also give it a wait and watch kind of approach. So net I think definitely this is positive, but longer term I think for the picture to correct and some trajectory to happen, it could take the next 6 to 8 months.
Hmm. In fact, of the financial pack, this is one stock that has gotten battered very significantly when that major correction happened sometime last year. The last stock that we have to talk about is, in fact, the stock that has been in focus last week. It gained as much as 60% in the last 5 trading sessions or so. We're talking about Viatec Wabag. And it's interesting to note that the stock has recovered significantly in the year-to-date period, and it's now trading at very close to what it was trading at about a year before now. But what is interesting, and hopefully Avinash is online with me right now, is the fact that there hasn't been a major fundamental development to justify or to give a reason for this massive rise in the share price that you can see right now. Avinash, without getting into the details of why the share price increase has happened, because we can't possibly tell that right now, you look at the fundamentals and tell us how would you rate the stock as it stands right now?
No, I think Alex, the rise seems to be purely speculative. I think the first quarter numbers for FY21 have also not been encouraging. Almost flat PAT numbers of almost 30 crores. But what is interesting is that as of March 2020, this company recorded a top line of almost 2,500 crores, out of which 1,600 crores are yet locked in debtors. So the cash flow continues to be quite weak. And our sense is that unless the company makes a genuine effort in improving its operating cash flow and reduces its debtors in the pipeline, this stock going forward is not going to be significantly re-rated from these levels. So I think one has to be careful. Yes, the order book is very strong, 11,000 odd crores, but I think execution and working capital, management issues would be key focus areas. So I would prefer to wait for one or two quarters and then take a closer look at the company. But overall, I think it seems that more of speculative activity has pushed the stock to these levels. At least in the near term, that's the picture which is coming across.
All right, Avinash, I'm not going to take a chance by asking another question because we might lose the link as it stands right now. Thank you so much for joining me today. And despite all the disruptions, I think we're par for the course. 2020 has been challenging. So thanks so much for joining me again. And to you, dear viewers, thank you so much for bearing with us. A bit of a technical issue this morning. We'll fix that out. Do stay tuned. There's a lot more coming up in just a short while.